Hi guys, if you're just joining the live stream, welcome. I'm gonna wait a couple of minutes and see if a few people will join. Today I want to talk about why many international students are dropping out of German universities in 2025. I tried doing this with you all the other day, but my network was bad, so it didn't work out. Yesterday too, I had network issues, so I couldn't come on live. But I am here today, guys. Let's talk about why students are moving out of German universities, particularly international students. I'm just going to wait a few minutes, like I said. If someone joins, they can start. If you're joining, please like and share the live stream. Subscribe if you're new, and just give us a couple of minutes. Hi, welcome. Thank you for joining the live stream. Please like and share. I'm just waiting a couple of minutes to see who is joining the live stream, and we can talk about our topic of the day. We want to talk about why so many students are dropping off from German universities in 2025, because it's like the number of students leaving uni is like increasing, international students particularly. So we want to talk about that today. Please share the live stream, invite someone to join us. I'll wait a few more minutes, see if a couple of people will join, and then would head right into the topic. Thank you guys for joining. Please like the live stream, like, share, invite someone. Harper Morgan says hi. Hi, how are you doing? It's good to have you on the live stream. Where are you chatting from? Where are you chatting from? Jason French, hi. Hi, thank you for joining the live stream. You're very welcome. Please like this live stream, share, and invite another person to join. Today we talk about why so many students are flying off from German universities. I don't understand what you've written, Harper Morgan. Can you please try that again? Thank you for the hearts, guys. Thanks for liking. NC. What is NC, Harper Morgan? I don't understand what that is. Like I said again, please like, share, subscribe if you're very new here. Evelyn. And on this channel, we're talking about moving to Germany, live in Germany, and everything Germany related. I want to talk about why students are leaving universities today. North Carolina. Thank you for joining. You're much welcome. Yep. I'm waiting for like maybe 1 or 2 more minutes, and if we have more people, then we can dive into the topic. Like and share. If you're very new here, subscribe. Thank you for joining, by the way. Before we head into our topic, invite someone to join us. We are looking at why students are leaving German universities, because the number is increasing by the day. And of you watching want to come to Germany for studies, but it's good that we talk about this so that you can find way to avoid dropping off from school when you get here. Like, share. Thank you for joining. Okay, I think at this point, let's just go straight out and start the topic of conversation. Okay, that's interesting to know, Jason. Okay, so straight into the topic. The first reason that I'm going to be sharing with you today as to why so many students are dropping off of German universities will be language barrier. Yes, guys, you heard me. I know some people have told you that it is easy to live in Germany today without speaking German. That's true. but what is your language of instruction in school? Like, what language are you using in school? If you're studying in German, it means you will be coming here with C1, like C1 level of German, or Testdaf, all of that equivalent to C1. But that is not enough, because the moment you get into university here, you realize that the C1 you have from your country is not doing you justice when it's to like your studies. First of all, you have to get through, because North Carolina, okay. First of all, you have to get through with the language. Like, you have to be good with the language before understanding the course that you are taking. So you have like two battles to fight if you're studying in German. Most of which, yeah, is the case, right? Most people come here to study in German. So they already have these issues of, particularly, I know a lot of students who have to buy textbooks for the courses that they are taking in English. And first of all, read those books in English, understand what the topic is all about before going to class to learn whatever it is that they are learning in German. And that is really tough, really frustrating. That sometimes it kicks students off, like it really knocks them off, and before they are out of the university. I'm not saying that it is the best option. Giving up is never like the best option in that situation, although it might be challenging sometimes, but never consider giving up right away without trying. Because if you're planning to move here and you're going to be studying in German, I need you to understand that German is not one of the easiest languages, which means that you might face some challenges within the course of your studies. Well, to invest in extra language courses. The universities always offer free language courses. They are not that intensive, but at least something. If you cannot afford any other thing, then try to attend these language courses offered by your university, because it helps you like boost your language level and facilitates your study process, if that makes sense. Over to the second point, let's talk about like the second reason that so many international students will be facing as of today, which has made them to leave universities, particularly juggling work and studies. It is not easy, guys. I also have to work and study. An average student you will see, unless it's like a trust fund kid who still gets money from their parents whatsoever, an average student you will see has to go to work, do a lot of things, and still study. And bear in mind that education in Germany is nothing like what you know if you're coming from Africa. Talk about Africa particularly, because the way I feel like in Africa we are being spoon fed, like they give us everything. But here it is the other way around. You're expected to go and learn at home and come and discuss what you've learned with your professors. Think of it now, you have to work, make money for your rent, make money for your insurance, make money for so many other things. And you're expected to go and sit and learn these courses, find time to learn these courses, do assignments, do a lot of things. It is really not easy, guys. Sometimes it would kick your butt so hard that you'd sit and yourself if you were the one who really decided to come and study in Germany about 10 p.m. and the only thing that happens is that you just burst into tears and you cry because you're like, God, I am tired. But yes, you're tired and you cannot sleep because yeah, school is demanding in Europe. Nobody prepares you for this. So yeah, the fact that many students have to work, pay their tuition fees, and still show up for their studies is very much challenging, that some students don't really, find their way around it. They end up getting frustrated and they drop off from school. It happens to so many people. If you are in a situation like that, your last option should not be, or your first option rather, should not be dropping off. Maybe you want to think of taking a semester off, working a lot, saving up, and then going back to school to concentrate and leave on your savings that you had worked in the previous semester. Or just something that works for you. Find a way around. Don't go to the option of giving up, because I promise you there is nothing in life that you do that will be so easy. Life itself is not easy, right? So yeah, this is like the second challenge that so many students are facing. In the meantime, guys, if you have any questions, do leave them in the chat. I'll look at them like from time to time. And let's talk about the third reason. I feel like most students lack support here, like emotional support, particularly here. And let's talk about, sometimes even the, I don't know, psychological support. I feel like there's a lot that goes into that part of support. Most students come here, they are alone, they have no family, they have no one, they have nothing. They just have themselves. And life easily gets challenging here. Sometimes it's just the fact that you sit and you're homesick, like you're so frustrated, you become homesick all of a sudden. Like you would think in your head that, oh my God, if I was in my home country, I'll probably not be having life this hard as it is now. But yeah, sometimes if you just had like a community, someone, a couple of people that could cheer you on within these low days, maybe you find a way to bounce back and get up to what you're supposed to do. But so many students do not have that support here. And again, most of us are not even trying to socialize. We are not even trying to be out there and meet people, talk to people from time to time. We just stay at home and on our phones. Most students do that. And it even leads to like mental breakdown for so many students. Like you eventually get to a point where you can't go on again. You have to, take a semester off or just do something, or I don't know what. But yeah, I feel like so many students could really support here. So if you're watching me and you have, family members, brothers, sisters, kids who are off in a foreign country studying or doing whatever it is, make sure that you become a part of their life. Do call them, check on them, try to see how they are doing. Be as open that, I don't know, they'll feel safe to talk to you about what they are going through wherever they find themselves. Because I promise you, the moment you find yourself in a strange country alone, your life takes another part. I don't know. And it's also part of like growing up, it's part of like adulting. All of that happens. And imagine you're alone, you have no one to talk to, no one to cry to sometimes. Because there'll be times when you don't even want to talk, you just want to cry. But you just need someone to cry with. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, if you're watching this and you have, you know, brothers, friends in Germany, in any part of the world who are studying, particularly, do check on them. Spend time with them on the phone. That's the most you can do, and it's going to go a long way. Yeah, so many students are suffering from this, and as a result, some people are quitting and going straight home. I mean, they are buying one-way tickets to go straight to their countries because they get to a point where they cannot handle anything again. That's like one of the frustrations that students we go through here. Let's talk about the school system in Europe or Germany. I would say Europe at large, Germany in particular, because this is our case study for today. I studied in another country here in Europe. And one thing I realized is studies is more of like a group kind of group thing than an individual thing here in Europe. As opposed to back in my country, Cameroon, where I didn't really have to do anything with anyone. But here it's really like projects, presentations, those things that you have to meet up with 3, 4 people, work together, find solutions and go and present in class. That's already part of your exam. Sometimes it takes up to 40% of an exam. Just think of it. So it's not like you come to class, sit down, learn, go home, revise those things, come and write the exams. We go to class most often. Thank you guys for the hearts. I see some people sending me hearts. Thank you for the hearts. Like, subscribe, share if you're just joining us. And back to what I'm talking about. There are times when you go to Uncle Phil, welcome. Thank you for joining. So, like I was saying, there are times when you go and sit down in class, and in your mind, you'll be thinking that you're going to class to learn, to listen to what the professor has to say. Bro, you're going to class to tell the professor what you understand about that topic that you guys are talking about. Do you get? In Cameroon, no one expects you to come and sit down and, explain to the professor what the concept means or what. But here it's the reverse situation. So you don't only have to show up in class, but you have to sit down, understand a topic, like fully understand what is happening, or solve case studies sometimes. That's what we mostly do. You come to class with your solutions and then you discuss those solutions with your professors. Think of it, guys. You're a student, you have to work, you have to do all of this. And then you have those assignments that will take like 2 hours of your time. What am I even saying? Sometimes 4 hours because you're doing an assignment in this course, you have to do an assignment in that course. It is challenging, like it is tough. No one talks about it. So it eventually pushes some students to fly out of uni at some point. You really can't blame them for it, but I know, of course, that they can do better. We can all do better. It gets challenging. Like, even if you have to take a break, go sit down, figure out some things for yourself, do that, but come back to what you're doing. You have to show up and, finish that course that you started. That's particularly one rule I live by. If you see me quitting, means I've hit the last of it. Like, I will push and push and push until I cannot push again. It's not easy, but guys, if I sit down and tell you that it has not crossed my mind, I am lying. I'm seeing students leaving every day. They're leaving their schools every day. And I can fully understand what's going on. Yes, I know we can better, but I fully understand what's going on. So the school system here is totally different. When you first of all get here, it hits you like a shock. If not of the fact that I'm saying this to some of you who are planning to move to Germany, and you're kind of like understanding what you'll be facing. Just think of it that you just sat in your country and you moved to Germany for studies. You come to uni, you're sitting in class waiting for your professor and explain everything to you. In the lecture class, of course, he's going to be explaining things to you. But in the exercise class, come with your exercises solved and all of that. So it is just like a big challenge, you know. And students struggle with that. No one really tells you what they go through, but yeah, that's the reality of it. And it causes a lot of students to fly out of uni. So yeah, I think I've touched like 4 points so far, if I'm not making a mistake. We've talked about language. We've talked about, method of teaching. We've talked about sport. And we've talked about finances. Because like I said, the financial aspect is also a big one. Not go to school or study in Germany having money to study, and you also have to bear in mind that Germany is not cheap. I know that they offer you guys what we call free education, free of course, because yeah, we still pay semester dues, but it's not completely free. Most often you have to work for your semester. Just I need your in the meantime, go ahead and drop your questions in the chat. If you have any question, just leave it in the chat. If you're joining, thank you for joining. Like the live stream, share, subscribe if you are not yet subscribed to this channel, of course. Subscribe, share, like, guys, if you haven't liked the live stream yet. And drop your questions in the chat. Let's see what you want to know about moving to Germany. Drop questions in the chat box. Come on. Oh, gosh. Leave your questions in the chat as well, guys. Still waiting. I did mention one of like the big reasons why I feel like students do drop out. Some you don't drop out of the university because you want to. You drop out of university because it makes you do that. Um Prior to moving here in Cameroon, I did not know that I had like just reach out to take a particular exam for a course. But this is the case in Germany. There are courses that you have to take 3 exams maximum. And if you do not pass all these 3 exams, you get exmatriculated from the university. So yeah, that's another thing for people to drop out, even if they don't want to. There might be a course that is quite challenging for you and you do not pass it the first time, you don't pass it the second time. Then comes the third time, and if you do not pass it, bro, you're out. Like it's over for you. They kick you out of school after, of course, an oral exam. Someone says hi. How do you say even people say you want to agree with the course? Is there a huge difference between the course vocabulary and the German language vocabulary? And how do you improve? I love that question. That's quite an important question. And that is why I mentioned that even with your C1, you go to class and you're studying and it feels like you have no idea about the German language. So this is the thing. Take for instance, you study physics. Physics has a language. Every course, I believe, has a language. Economics has a language, for instance, right? So take for instance, your professor is using economics jargon in class and you've learned German up to C1, but I believe by the time you get to C1, you haven't really learned anything related to economics language yet. So it's still a challenge for you because those terms, you still have to understand those terms for yourself and break them down. So that is what I mean. Of course, with your C1, you're good, maybe like streetwise, like out there, you can, go about your daily life, your activities. You can even work in German supermarkets and do all of that. But when your instructors or your professors teach you different courses like doing chemistry, you're doing physics, you're doing economics, you struggle still at the end of the day because all of these courses do have their languages of instruction. And that's where the challenge is. But like I said, most often, you said, how do we improve? Most often, like I have a few friends who study in German. What they do is they get the book first that they are taking in English and study the course first of all through that book. Like they study that book very well, and then they go to class and take the same course in German, and then it makes sense to them. As you study the course, right, or whatever course it is that you're having a challenge with language barrier and all of that, you can always use YouTube videos to like learn more about the particular course through those videos. And yeah, that's how you improve. Because honestly, I can't tell you that you go and start learning maybe economics jargon in German. It really doesn't help you, right? So yeah, just always, get those books in your first language. If your first language is French, English, whatever, get the books in those languages. Learn the material and then go to class, learn in German properly and it makes sense. Or watch YouTube videos aside. Because even us who study in English, we still have to watch YouTube videos sometimes. If we don't understand concepts, we still have to come and watch YouTube videos, and that's what like helps you understand the concept better. I hope that answers your question, Arnold. I hope that was of help. Leave your questions in the chat, guys. I'm gonna take a few questions. Then I sign out. And then there's gonna be a part 2 of this, of course. I'm going to film another live stream again where I give you more points on why international students are leaving German universities, especially as of 2025. You're welcome, Anna. Thank you once again for participating in this session. Does the language barrier thing also affect people doing Ausbildung? Yes, I think it's even worse for those doing Ausbildung, especially those who are into nursing. I have a couple of who are doing the nursing Ausbildung, but that's for like the first years, maybe the first year, the second year. By the third year, you get a hang of everything, yeah. And yeah, it does affect them because most of them start with B1 and B2, so they are even way behind those who are going to universities with C1. They have challenges that they go through, especially with like courses like biology. Imagine someone who didn't even study biology in school, right? In high school. And then they come to Germany, they start an Ausbildung and they are studying biology in German. Try to think of it. So you have no background in biology in English and you're doing in German. It's very challenging. I see a lot of them complaining that it's tough, super tough. But the good thing is that they're always finding a way around it. That's one thing. And most of the way around it is like reading those books in English or watching videos on the topic that is being taught in class in your own language. So you understand the topic first of all in your own language. And when the tutor explains that topic in German, it makes total sense. Yeah, that should answer your question. You're welcome. Any other question, guys? If there's anyone here watching, you want to ask anything, just leave it here and let's talk about it. I think that's pretty faster than leaving it under like videos. When you ask questions to comment to videos, sometimes I might not respond immediately because, like I said, students don't have it easy. It's either we are in school or we are working or we're just doing something else. Like, then think of it like you have school, you have work, and then YouTube. Like, creating content for you sometimes too. That's why you realize that maybe at some point during the semester I might not post videos here. That's mostly because I choose to. It's just that a lot is happening. Like school is going, work is demanding, everything wants a piece of me. The last thing I think of is like uploading videos here. So leave questions in the chat. Like the live stream there. Invite someone to come drop a question. Let's talk about, life in Germany. Other questions as well. And do watch out for part 2 of this live stream. We're going to talk about more reasons why students are leaving German unis. I don't want to make the live stream too long. And yeah, I also have to get busy with other things soon. We are still on the 31 days streaming challenge. I couldn't stream yesterday because of my connection, and the other day I tried streaming but it didn't work out. So yeah, that's why. But every other day in the evening I'll be streaming live. Today I'm here earlier than expected because I have to go to work. During the time when I'm supposed to be filming, I have to be at work. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. But in the next 31 days, I have different topics we'll talk about here. Leave yours in the chat and consider filming on. Few more minutes and then I sign off. I see one more person. Arnold, I hope I see you tomorrow again and the next days. Mm. Okay. In your cities and accommodation video, did you say Stuttgart was expensive like Munich or Berlin? Yeah, I said that because of the Bundesland, Stuttgart is in Württemberg. And if you want to come to Germany as a student, I would really recommend Stuttgart because there you have to pay tuition fees. Yeah, like Munich, Stuttgart. In Berlin, of course, you're going to find tuition-free universities. But life is very expensive. Not just life is expensive in Stuttgart. So if you want to find schools, I really do not recommend Stuttgart. Of course, you can do that, but they are way cheaper cities. So why not? Stuttgart is expensive. I hope that answers you. Try to move to like the non-Rhine-Westphalian, to cities like Dortmund, Hamm, Zos, Bochum, Duisburg, Düsseldorf, Cologne, up to Münster. Yeah, areas like that, cities like that, you would really get, good deal for your studies in terms of like tuition, accommodation, and maybe even monthly groceries, because that's something that was really expensive for me in Munich. But if you want to stay in the south, it's still fine. It's just be ready to spend a little more, depending on your lifestyle as well. So, yep. You're welcome, Arnold. Why are you writing from, Arnold? Where are you chatting from? South Africa. Oh, interesting. I want to visit Cape Town in the future. I hear it's so beautiful. And I watch a lot of documentaries, and oh my god, it looks like the place. A few years from now, it's in my bucket list. I want to see Cape Town. What part of South Africa would you recommend I visit, Arnold? I'm thinking Cape Town. Would you say Cape Town is the place? Oh, you're from Joburg. I see. Nice. For the most part, I see a lot about Cape Town, and maybe like, especially the nightlife, it looks like something that's super cool. I'm thinking, why not? Okay. So I don't think I'm going to be getting. I would recommend Cape Town. Oh, okay. Makes sense. I've gotten a lot of recommendations already for Cape Town, and I've watched like, travel vlogs for Cape Town, so many things, and I feel like it's the place. When I eventually go to South Africa, that's the first place I want to see. Okay. Thank you for joining and for staying. Arnold and you all, every person who's joining. I have to sign out now. I'm not getting any more questions. So yes, I will sign out now. See you tomorrow at I'm normally supposed to do these live streams every day at 6 p.m. my time. Yeah, tomorrow like 6 p.m. or 5ish. One thing is I cannot stick to 6 p.m. sometimes because I have to work or do something else, which is also important. So yeah, I would kind of like move back and forth. Yeah, no problem. Thank you for joining. Thank you and have a blessed day. See you tomorrow.